Morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, loves. I'm back. I'm so fired. I don't know if you guys saw my my little picture last night telling you guys what happened. I was freaking phoneless yesterday. Good morning, good morning. It is Wednesday. I'm so fired. I totally missed freaking Tuesday. Unfreaking believable. No believe. I tell you. So I missed coming on here yesterday because Tita Lani forgot her phone. Don't ask me how. I don't even know. I cannot even explain. I don't know how I freaking forgot my phone. I forgot my phone. So I was without a phone all day long yesterday, which, let me tell you, was not fun. Partly because, like, obviously I couldn't mo'olelo with you guys yesterday. And then also because when I go on my lunch breaks, I listen to my music on my phone. And then I just like get in my own zone. I was left with nothing but my freaking thoughts on my lunch break. That is not fun at all. At all. Even though, I mean, don't get me wrong, I can keep myself busy. Good morning. But it was no fun just being in my thoughts yesterday with no phone all day long. Felt like I was missing, like, I don't know. I was missing an extremity. It was not fun at all. I would not recommend that to anybody unless that's your New Year's resolution. I don't know why anybody would want that as a resolution. That was horrible. I missed you guys. But I'm back, and I might even have to like make up to you guys and take you guys cruising with me today after work while I drive to my hot hula class. But it was horrible, guys, yesterday being without a phone. Ugh. So anywho, now I gotta get ready. So you know that pinks are the colors of the month. You can get any of your pinks until the 31st at a promo price. So I want to layer today. I want to layer today, but one of my favorite colors to wear, which is not a pink, and it's like a neutral, good, everyday color, is Persimmon. Persimmon. Say that with a lisp. Persimmon. But I want to layer her with a pink. So I'm thinking, you know, me and my thinking. I think I want to, how would that turn out? Let's go for it. I'm going to try and layer her with Kiss for a Cause. So Kiss for a Cause it's actually the actual pink that was made for breast cancer awareness. Kiss for a Cause. So I'm going to layer her with Persimmon. Wish me luck. I don't know how that's going to go. Anyways, what have you guys been up to? I got to catch up because I guess I was up to no good. I had no dang phone. That was no fun. Good morning. I was phoneless yesterday and I felt like I was missing something. It was not fun. I was missing my music. I never get to talk story with you guys in the morning. It sucked. So then after work, when I went to pick up my son yesterday. He caught the bus home, but I had to run home. I dashed home first, grabbed my phone, and then went to go pick up my son. So I had to check all my notifications and stuff. I was like, aww. Were you guys wondering where I was? You're like, what's the matter with her? Did I miss it? No, you never missed some. I missed it. I freaking never had my phone. Ugh. That was not fun. I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. And how's this light? Is it light? My bright light. So I'm gonna, see, I'm gonna layer. So I'm gonna do my Persimmon first. We'll see how this goes. So what did we miss out on? Let's see. Oh, today's my pop's birthday. Happy birthday to my dad. Kue, the Prez. My pops. He's so funny. If you guys were with me, I don't know when it was, like a couple weeks ago, I think. I was talking about how my dad is with his cars and the funny habits that I picked up. Like my dad, no matter what kind of car he had when we were growing up, you don't go in his car with like dirty feet and you don't touch it. Oh my goodness. Speaking of touching windows, my son yesterday, I don't know if he thought had rain coming into the glass, like if his window was open. He touched my window. And I was like, oh my goodness. I said, why did you touch the window? He was like, huh? I said, you better wipe that fingerprints right now. Thank goodness I keep I keep glass wipes in my car. So he wiped off his fingerprints. I was like, don't ever let me see you touching my glass at all. Ever, ever, ever. Which was funny. And that's a habit that I picked up from my dad. Like, you don't go in his car with dirty slippers, and you don't touch the windows and all that good stuff. That was back when me and my brother were small. Now to get my son and like my nieces and nephews, they can jump around in the back bed. Like, that's one freaking trampoline. Climb on them, whatever. My nephews, I remember when they were little, they were like riding their bike. So I did 1 layer persimmon. Sorry, my mind. 1 layer persimmon. I think I'm going to go 2 layers persimmon and then 1 kiss for a cause. So anyways, when my nephews were little, they had just kind of learned how to ride their bike. They would ride their bike, and like when my brother and I were small, don't you dare play by his car, by my dad's cars. But because Pops is Pops, the kids can do whatever. Ride the bike by his car, play in his car, whatever. So my nephews used to ride their bikes. You know, they like go and whiz through the cars and go down the road and go back in the yard. I remember one time, one of my nephews, I forget which one was, because they're twins. One of them went bang my dad's truck with their bike. I think he fell off the bike because he hit the truck so hard. And then had the nerve to turn around and look at the truck like, and then he kind of grumbled to my papa, Papa, move your truck. They were like, I don't know how old they was. They were small. Crack me up. He didn't move his truck, but, you know, he's like, oh, we would have got one slap. I just kidding. My dad never used to give us licking. My mom would, though. My mom would give us licking. My brother used to get licking from her all the time. Not me, though, because I was good. I was rascal, but when my mom would say something, I just, okay, hurry up and do them. But my brother would get lickings in the morning. Since we're talking about getting lickings, when we were younger, my brother used to be one of those snoozers. And till today, brother man can sleep all day. If he don't have plans to go do anything, if the kids don't have sports and he didn't have to go to work or be anywhere like important, he will sleep all day. Like the weather that we're having today, especially in our town is like, it's getting ready for winter. So in Aiea right now, it's kind of rainy. But in my hometown, now it's starting to get rainy and windy. So the weather is like perfect to sleep. If my brother's off from work, I can almost guarantee, I will bet money, if he doesn't have an appointment or the kids don't have sports or anything, I can put money that he's sleeping. And he'll only get up when it's time to eat, or if it's time for him to go pick up the kids, or if it's time for him to go work out. But growing up, my brother was a snoozer. So my mom, when she would get us up in the morning, mind you, my dad, some of these stories, like my dad didn't hear until we were older. We were like teenagers already. My brother would always be like, oh, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. He would end up getting licking before we go to school because he would always like snooze. And my mom would get pissed because she's trying to get us up ready for school. Because I don't know if you guys was the same way. Growing up, we would get ready early because we'd go to school and we'd eat breakfast. That was it. Like, you get up early, you go to school, you eat breakfast, and then you go to class. Not this kind like you running your butt to class like as the bell is ringing. We never used to do that. We would be there early, we would eat breakfast, and then we go to class. So my brother was a snoozer. He would piss off my mom, and she would give him lickings. And she would grab whatever. So on our hometown code, so we usually always had house slippers, or she did anyway. We would use socks or whatever, onesies. She would grab her house slipper. There's a funny story with this. Okay, so because he would get lickings before school, one morning, she never have her house slipper. So of course, like, now she's reaching to grab something, right? Because she's gonna whack him with something. She grabbed a drip hanger. You know those drip hangers that come from like the, what is it, the dry cleaners? They're wire hangers, but they're really flimsy. So Sisterella grabbed the drip hanger and started giving my brother lickings in the morning because he never like get up. And then as the hanger started to bend, he kind of started to like giggle, but now he's like crying and laughing, like, like crying and laughing. More pissed off she was getting. So even till today, one of our family jokes, we call my mom Mommy Dearest. You guys ever saw that movie? It's like, it's based off of an actual person. Joan Crawford is her name. If I'm not mistaken, she's like, I want to say she was an actress. I want to say she was even like an heir to the Woolworth family. I don't know. You guys might be too young to know Woolworths. We used to have Woolworths here in Hawaii. It was a store. It was like, I want to say it was like a Ben Franklin or something. I don't know. I used to love that store. I want to say Joan Crawford was like an heir to that family. Totally information that you did not need, but you have it anyway. So you're welcome. But I want to say I know she was an actress. So in that movie, she gives her daughter lickings with a wire hanger because the daughter put her clothes on a wire hanger and put them in the closet. And then she started giving the daughter lickings with the wire hanger. She's like, no wire hangers ever. So we call my mom Mommy Dearest. That's the name of the movie. Just in case you guys like go look for the movie. It's called Mommy Dearest. So because my brother used to get lickings in the mornings before we go to school, and he got lickings with the drip hanger, which was not a wire hanger, but we associated it with the movie. So that's what we call my mom. We call her, when we want to be little buttheads about it, we'll call her Mommy Dearest, and we'll start laughing. So we told my dad that story once, and he was like, what? We're like, yeah, Dad, brother used to have to get lickings every day because he always was like, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. My mom was like, I told you 5 more minutes ago. Oh my goodness, it used to be funny. He used to get lickings all the time. So in case you're wondering, this morning I layered 2 layers of Persimmon, which is one of my favorite like neutral colors to go to. And I did her with 1 coat of Kiss for a Cause. I like it. Kiss for a Cause is actually the pink shade that they made for breast cancer awareness. So for every Kiss for a Cause that Senegent sells, that a portion of it goes to breast cancer research. I like it. Persimmon and Kiss for a Cause. One more funny story before we go. So you know how I said like we told this story to my dad about the wire hangers, but by then we were already teenagers. My dad never knew the story. So fast forward to when I was like 16. My dad is outside with like my Hanai brother and like a couple of my uncles and stuff. So they're having a couple inus after work and whatnot. So they're talking story and laughing. Me and my mom and them are in the house. But where our garage is, like that's, our kitchen is right up there. And so from the kitchen window, you can look down into the garage. So my dad is talking story with his friends. And then they start telling like stories, right? They're talking story. So my dad tells them this story about when I was little. I was like maybe 2 or something. And I used to like to jump. What kid doesn't like to jump on the bed? So I used to like to jump on the bed. Jump on the bed, jump on the bed. So I would also like when my dad would like swing me and toss me on the bed. And then I'd bounce on the bed and then hop off and then again. And so he'd swing me and throw me on the bed and I'd bounce on the bed and again. So I guess one evening I was about that age, like maybe 2 or so. My mom was in the shower, so my dad's watching me, right, to keep me busy and supposed to be keeping me safe. So my dad's playing, right? So he's like, okay. So I'm again. So he swing me and throw me and bounce on the bed. So I hop off one more time. swinging me. He tosses me, but he doesn't toss me hard enough. So I miss the bed and I smack on the floor. So then I start crying, but then my dad's like, shh, because like now he's looking like, oh my God, like if my mom hears, his ass is grass. So he's like trying to make me be quiet. So I must have calmed down and stopped crying before my mom got out the shower. She was none the wiser, never know nothing. Fast forward 16 years, now I'm like 16 years, I'm in high school, I'm a teenager. He's outside talking story with my uncle them, telling them the story, and then my mom hears because she's in the kitchen cooking dinner, and she's like, what was that? And then he's kind of like, so he's laughing like, oh, like even though it's 16, whatever, how many years later, you're still toast, buddy, because mom heard. And then mom is like, what? Oh, funny, yeah. And then I used to get lickings when the kids fall down because they're playing. And I used to get yelled at because the kids, you know, my dad never used to give us, my mom or us lickings. But he used to yell at her, like if we fell and got hurt or whatever. Of course, my dad would like chew her out, like, oh, what, you wasn't watching them? And then he tells this story and gets busted about him tossing me not hard enough and I missed the bed and smacked the floor. That might explain somewhat of why I am the way I am. Nah, just kidding. But hilarious. My family is hilarious. Today is my pop's birthday. Happy birthday to my dad. I love him oodles and oodles. My brother and I are hilarious human beings, in partly because of my dad. A large part. He taught us a lot of good things, and I love him a lot. Happy birthday to the Prez, Kue. And it's also my Hot Hula Wednesday. So if you're in my neck of the woods at about 6:30ish, even if you're going to go before that, come in before that and come meet me in the weight room and we'll go lift some weights. Totally fun, I promise. We're going to have fun, and I can crack you up the whole time because I'll probably be talking your ears off. Not really, because when I work out by myself, I'm just with my earbuds. But if I'm with you, we can full on talk story and I can tell you some more funny stories about my crazy family. So, word to the wise, if you guys gonna play with your kids and bounce them on the bed, make sure you guys a little bit closer to the bed than my dad was, because brother man went toss me and boom, missed the bed, hit the floor. Mom never knew anything till I was a teenager, which was hilarious. Now that we're older, we can tell some funny stories and we're all like, what? When did that happen? But I hope you guys have a fantabulous, tea-terrific day. If you're, like I said, if you're in my neck of the woods, come meet me at the Y, Melilani at 6:30. We'll do some hot hula. If you come meet me before, we'll go lift some weights. If not, drive safe because the roads are kind of wet and slippery. How did I do that? How is that one? And I'm still live. I hit the wrong button. But if you need some lip sense, you can get your pinks. All of your pinks are on promo. I like. Good morning, sister. Have a tea-terrific day. Do you gotta work today? Don't work too hard. I know you had that the last time I saw you. You was off that day. Lucky lady. It was a holiday. Not for me, but for you, it was a day off. I got persimmon, 2 persimmon, and 1 kiss for a cause. I like it a lot. And I have my poem in my ear. Thank you, Jesus, because, you know, I cannot function without that. But I hope you guys have a tea-terrific day. Throw some shakas, and mwah, God bless. Love you guys.